Do you hate ads? I hate ads. You know what I like? Patreon.com/inkdependence. It keeps this channel ad-free. Hello, folks. Welcome to Inkdependence. I'm Mike, and this is Iroshizuku from Pilot. This is Hana-ikada, and this is brand new to the ink line here in 2022. As you probably know, they are removing 3 inks from the line and adding 3 inks to the line. This is one of the new ones. And also, as you can see, it is a very pale sort of pink. I got it in this little bottle because I found a set that had all 3 little bottles for a decent price. These little bottles worked out to be about $10 a piece, so they're not cheap. And as you can see, it's a very pale ink. So I was glad to be able to try this out in a small amount rather than the big 50 ml bottles that go for about $22 a bottle. Here it is on some Rhodia 80 grams per square meter paper. This is what I always use for reviews. And I was honestly worried this was going to be way too pale to even use, but it is not. It is totally readable, although it is a light ink. I think it's a little bit dry, and I've only had it in this one nib, which is a Platinum 3776. I believe this is the Nice Pure. Although I kind of forget. Sometimes they run together in my mind. But I really like this pen. I think it's gorgeous. And it has this great broad nib on here. This ink, as I said, is a little bit on the dry side, I think. So put it in something a little bit wetter, put it in something a little bit broader, and you'll be happier, probably. Unless you like a very light pink, in which case, I don't know, put in something drier. It'll be extremely light. This is readable, however. And it's a very interesting color. Hana-ikada refers to these rafts, just an absolute flotilla of cherry blossom petals that cover the rivers in Japan after cherry blossom season. They fall off into the river and just completely cover it. And it looks amazing. Go check it out online, or I'll have a link in the description to where I found out about this phenomenon. It is very cool, and I think this is a nice representative color. Okay. On performance here, minor bleed on the 20 pound. This is the Staples 20 pound 30% recycled copy paper that I use, and it worked really well on here. I don't really see any spreading. I see a couple little feathers here and there, but nothing really to report on that one. And then you can see some very, very minor bleed through. Remember though, this paper is terrible, and so it fares the best of either of the 3 new Iroshizuku colors. But yeah, it does go through a little bit, but pretty well behaved here on that paper. So I think you could use this wherever you like, and of course it's going to look better on better papers. That's just kind of how that goes. Okay, let's do our water test, look at our chromatography, and then take a look at least one thing that's a little bit like this. Maybe a couple. I'll go ahead and get water all over this. Like that. There we are. Get a little shake and a shimmy. This is actually performing better than I thought it was going to. Of course, I haven't wiped it up yet, but we'll see. All right, so let's go ahead and blot that away. Okay, yeah, not a whole lot left over. That's kind of what I was expecting. This ink is not water resistant, and this is what the chromatography looks like. It started down here, and you can't even really see where it started because it all fled up the chromatography strip here, but you get a lot of interesting colors here. Good separation between a little bit of a darker pink, this orange in the middle, which I was not expecting, and then a sort of light pink up there at the top as well. So more complicated than I thought it was going to be, but very interesting color separation on Hana-ikada. It's a pretty cool ink. All right, on a couple of other papers. We have it here in an Inky Fingers currently inked book. This is wheat straw paper, which I like a lot as sort of a medium coated paper, that kind of thing. Very good with fountain pen inks. And here it is on this paper. I think it actually looks very nice on here. You get a little bit of shading here and there. You get good color. And of course, no bleed through or anything weird like that. You're not gonna see that on this paper. But it looks nice. And here we have it in a Galen Leather Everyday book. This is Tomoe River paper, and it is my my Tomoe River currently inked journal for right now. Here you can see Hana-ikada right there, and I think it's actually a little bit light here on this paper. I think it looks a little bit better on the wheat straw paper because it soaks in just a bit more and is a bit darker. But you do get way more shading on this. You can really see how the ink gets pulled along by the nib into the letters, and I think that's really interesting. And it comes out as a very nice color, very smooth and pretty. Okay. Now, for comparisons, I do not have very many. This ink is unlike most of the other inks in my collection. I do have a lot of pinks, but none exactly in this shade. The closest that I found was this Sailor, which is also, of course, a cherry blossom reference, Sakura More. and it is a darker pink than Hana-ikada. This is a much more, I don't know, it looks a little bit more yellow to me, I suppose, but definitely a different shade of pink, and this is the closest I had. This is the other Iroshizuku color that is a pink, Kosumosa, and it is not even close. These are very different inks. So if you're looking for a pink in this Iroshizuku lineup, you're going to have to pick between these two, really, but you know, this is more my style. I like things a little bit more saturated and a bit darker than this one, but this is undeniably a very pretty ink and totally readable, which is, I mean, good job, Pilot. That's tough to do. Okay, thanks very much for watching. This is Pilot Hana-ikada, of course, and you can find this in 50 ml bottles for about $22 online, and occasionally in small bottles if you find a place that has them. They are not super common, so, or at least not common to have the whole set and not just 3 of the same. So, good luck, happy hunting. Hope you enjoyed this, and I will see y'all later. Peace out.